Less than a month ago, residents of Middletown, California were driven from their homes as wildfires raced through their community. It was called the Valley Fire, the third worst in California history. Half the town burned, but thanks to the heroic efforts of firefighters, many lives were saved. And as Carter Evans reports, the survivors are determined to rebuild.
I'd been seeing burnt houses all day, and knowing this was mine and knowing that there was nothing I could do. It's surreal.
Cal Fire Battalion Chief Paul Duncan says he took all the proper precautions.
This was all green. We'd done our clearances.
So when Duncan saw smoke in the distance, he left his wife Courtney and daughters Rose and Paige and raced toward the flames. The Valley Fire was 25 miles from his home when it suddenly exploded. A wall of flames bearing down on Middletown. Just 6 minutes after the order came to evacuate.
The houses down the road were like already on fire. And I texted my dad, I was like, I'm so scared. Where do we go?
And she said, there's cars in front of me that are on fire. There's fire beside me. There's fire behind me.
I texted him that I loved him, and he said, I love you too, just in case anything would have happened.
And I said, you know where the road is. You need to drive. Step on the gas and drive through the fire.
4 people died in the Valley Fire, but Duncan says fire crews helped save thousands by evacuating entire neighborhoods.
The firefighters are just trying to get people out of the way. You know, it's life over property.
Justin Galvin was also facing flames when he heard Middletown was being overrun.
The irony of this.
Yeah.
You're a firefighter, you're out on the fire lines, and your home is on fire, and there's no one to protect it.
I know. What's the alternatives? You know, bring a bunch of resources over here, save my house, and then have people perish down the street? You know, that's not an option.
8 firefighters lost their homes. So did 100 students at Middletown High School. This is all that's left of Principal Bill Roderick's house. His wife, Shawn, is a teacher. Their daughter, Taylor, a Middletown High freshman.
This was my house for most of my childhood.
The Rodericks were out of town when the fire broke out. They frantically called a neighbor, hoping to rescue what mattered most.
Whatever you have to do. And she's like, Shawn, I promise you I will not leave the fires in my backyard, but I'm not going to go without Tinkerbell.
It was a promise kept.
That she's the caretaker of our little family, all of 4 pounds.
It's memories, and it hurts. Don't get me wrong, it hurts, you know, but we're all okay.
It's not just you, it's a large part of your community that is starting over from scratch.
Yep.
Just 2 weeks after the fire, classes resumed at Middletown High.
Let's go, guys, that's the bell.
Where Rose Duncan is a sophomore.
It was emotional. At least 2/3 of my friends have lost their homes, but going to school is definitely helping me cope through this, knowing that our teachers are going through the same things, students are going through the same things.
But not every student felt that comfort.
I'm pretty much the only one out of my friend group that lost their house. Like, they kept messaging me like, oh, my house is there, my house is my house is fine and all this stuff, and I was like, yay, like, congratulations. I don't have clothes to go out to the grocery store to get food. You know, all I have is my pajamas. And they're like, oh, I don't have Wi-Fi.
It is a dilemma for a community that welcomes any sign of normalcy, but where so much remains to be done and so many still need aid.
I don't like getting stuff from other people. I don't like charity.
It feels very natural for us and our children to be on the helping side. Being on the other side is very unusual, very uncomfortable, but it ultimately will help us get back to where we can help other people again.
For now, the Duncans are digging through the rubble, finding small treasures.
Oh, there we go. It's emotional. It's something survived, and very little did. Most of it was ceramics. But it does provide just a little bit of a piece of, you know, your past back.
Mostly, though, it's all about looking forward.
The hills are going to get green again. People are going to rebuild, and it will be better than it was before. It will be. How can it not be?
Even with damage on such a wide scale, the recovery has begun, and so has the resiliency. For CBS This Morning Saturday, I'm Carter Evans in Middletown, California.